That's a big leaf. Alright guys, welcome back. I have another exciting video to... is it exciting? Is it exciting? I have another video for you today, that's for sure. But this time, this video is gonna be all about gardening in Star Stable. I don't know how it will go exactly because I tried to prepare for it a little bit, but there's always a good chance of me not figuring anything out. However, what I'm hoping for is to figure out everything about gardening and all the consumables, all the flowers and the fertilizers and everything. I want to figure those out and I want to give you kind of like an ultimate gardening guide in Star Stable. But to be honest, I don't even know where to start because I don't have a script. I don't really know how to even start it, but we're just gonna start it and we will see how it goes. Also, I'm making this video assuming that you're already aware of the Path of Terra and that you know that you're gonna have a garden. I don't want to start from the absolute basics of all this and how to unlock everything. It's really gonna focus on just gardening. There will be multiple things that I want to talk about. For example, all the things that you can craft, the consumables and the fertilizers that are over here. I also want to talk about all the different kinds of plants that you can plant. Now here I'm not actually starting from zero. I did figure out some stuff because I've actually been preparing a lot for this video. And as you can see, I've already planted a lot of flowers. What you need to know is that everything in the Path of Terra is unlocked for me, except for a couple things that I didn't need. I'm gonna show you those. So here we are at Path of Terra. As you can see, most of it is unlocked for me except for a couple things, and that's because I don't need these ones. For example, this one, you get horse XP for getting different flowers. I really don't need that one because I'm already way too fast at leveling my horses. I want to slow down and I want to spend more time with each horse. So I decided not to unlock these. I also didn't feel the need to unlock this one. You would get light for special flowers that grow in your garden, and I just didn't feel like I needed that. I already have so much light. And I also feel like I don't need to exchange light for plants. I have so many plants already. So these are the things that I haven't unlocked and I don't think I need them. But I've unlocked every slot that I can plant seeds into. So I have the full garden. Oh wow, what an outfit. I actually love that one. You look iconic. Wow. However, as I said, I've prepared a lot for this one, and I'm gonna tell you about what I did exactly. But for that, I'm gonna have to hop into Photoshop real quick, so let's just go there so I can explain what I did. Alright, so we're here in Photoshop, and that's because I wanted to show you visually what I've done so far. As you can see, I drew my garden very skillfully. Each of these brown slots represent a slot that you can plant a seed into in-game. There are batches of 6 and batches of 3. This means that you will have 84 slots in total that you can plant seeds into. Now what I did previously is, there are 3 different types of fertilizers. Let's hop back into the game so I can read you those. There's a fast growth fertilizer, which I assume will just make them grow either faster or you will just get the plant immediately. I'm not sure, but we're gonna try that out. There's also the double yield fertilizer, which probably just means that you will get double the amount of plants. And the third one is the rarity fertilizer, and that's what we're testing right now. Because what I did, let's hop back into Photoshop real quick. So as you can see, I used the rarity fertilizer on these ones that are circled on the screen right now with blue. Meaning that out of 84, I fertilized 42. And that also means that the slots circled in red were not fertilized, which leaves us with 42 not fertilized seeds, slots, whatever you want to call it. Why that's important is that if you use the rarity fertilizer, it gives you a bigger chance to grow those special flowers that you can see on some of my flowers, which is either Druid's Sorrow, which is this blue and yellow one, or this very pretty pink one, the Lumo Petal. You will need those special flowers alongside the regular ones to craft consumables, which you can find here. And as you can see, there are these different types of consumables that you can craft. It's, well, 5 but 4, because the mood fixers are kind of the same thing, except one does a little more than the other, but we will get into that a little later. However, you can get these special flowers by planting very specific flowers next to each other. They appear in your garden only if you use the right combination of flowers, which I'm gonna tell you about. They are the following. I don't know if there are other combinations that work, but these following 5 combinations will be the ones that worked for me. So to get Druid's Sorrow, which is the blue and yellow one, you will need to plant bee balm and flax next to each other, or flax and chamomile. And to get Lumo Petal, which is the pink one, you will either have to plant bee balm and chamomile next to each other, or jute and chamomile. However, if you plant rubia and moss next to each other, you can get either Druid's Sorrow or Lumo Petal. Those two guys make both, at least as far as I noticed. I think I'm right about this. I really hope that I am. Again, I don't know if there are any more combinations. These are just the combinations that I noticed. So, I made sure that in this garden, all slots were used in a way to get special flowers. Meaning that each and every one of these slots in this garden had the chance to get a special flower in it. Now obviously they are called rare flowers for a reason. It's very rare for them to grow, even if you get the right combination of flowers next to each other. The rarity fertilizer should help it, however I didn't know how much it would help, so that's why I fertilized half of my garden and I left the other half of my garden unfertilized, so we can figure out together how useful exactly the rarity fertilizer is. Because there are some really cool consumables that you can craft, even though I mean I don't know how cool they are because I haven't actually tried them yet. That's the whole thing about this video, is we're gonna, as I said before, we're gonna figure this out together. I don't know if all of this was worth it or not. Okay, here's the plan. First, I'm gonna collect everything from the dirt that I fertilized. I will count the flowers and then I move on to the slots that I didn't fertilize, and I will count the flowers that came from those slots and we will compare the two numbers. Alright, so I've collected everything from the dirt that was fertilized, and it seems that we've got 18 Druid's Sorrow and 8 Lumo Petals. Which means we got 26, is that 26? We got 26 flowers out of the 42 slots. We're gonna put this in our closet and then we can count the rest of the flowers that we get. Editing Benedicta here for a quick voiceover for this part. This might seem a little weird, but I'm putting these flowers into my closet one by one because I actually had a bunch of flowers earlier when I tried to prepare for this video, and I put all of them in my backpack once, then I went to collect one of each again, and when I opened my backpack once more, I noticed that I only had one of each flower instead of the bunch that I had earlier. So basically I lost about 30 flowers because of a bug or something. So a little word of advice, don't stack your flowers because there's a chance that you lose them due to this bug. Alright, so we got 26 flowers out of the 42 fertilized slots. Let's go and count the not fertilized slots. Flowers, you know. Okay, I just collected all the flowers and I only got 10 flowers out of the 42 non-fertilized slots. If you get 10 out of 42 without fertilizers and you get 26 with fertilizers, I feel like it's worth using the fertilizer. Like you get more than twice as many flowers. As you saw earlier, I fertilized half of my garden and I left the other half unfertilized. The results were the following. I got 26 flowers out of the fertilized half and I got only 10 flowers out of the not fertilized half. Based on these numbers, I would say that you have about 23% chance to get a special flower out of a not fertilized garden, but if you fertilize your garden, your chances will increase to about 61%. That's pretty good, alright. So we figured that out. I'm getting stuck. And somehow I got the exact same amount of both of these special flowers. Now the next step is for us to figure out the other fertilizers. Even though I feel like the double yield, we really don't need to figure out, that just gives double, that's pretty easy. But the fast growth fertilizer is something I want to try. I want to see if it just makes it faster or if I get the flowers immediately. What do I need for that? Just one Lumo Petal, that's gonna be easy. Alright, we're gonna use this pile of dirt to see whether the fast growth fertilizer does anything useful or not. We're going to plant flax. I think that's pretty fast to grow anyway. It's like half an hour. Oh, 40 minutes, well that's fine. Then I know for a fact that rubia grows pretty slow. This one takes 2.5 hours. And let's pick, I don't know, what should I pick? Bee balm? Sure. This takes 3 hours, so that's a long time. We have plants with different growth times. This one, flax, takes only 40 minutes. Rubia will take about 2.5 hours, and bee balm will take 3 hours to grow. So let's see what happens if I use the growth fertilizer on them. Okay, it leaves red sparkles, and it's gonna... Oh! Okay, so what it does is, it's not gonna give you the flower immediately, but it's gonna grow twice as fast. So instead of 3 hours, it's gonna take 1.5 hours, which is good, I guess. Let's use fertilizer on rubia as well. Now instead of 2.5 hours, it's only 1 hour and about 15 minutes. So I'm guessing if I use the super growth or fast growth or whatever fertilizer on flax, it's gonna be 20 minutes. Yeah, well, a couple minutes have passed since I planted it, but you can see the difference. However, we've done all of this, as in like figuring out fertilizers and everything, and getting special flowers to be able to craft the consumables, which is a very new thing in this game. Which again you can find here if you press Q. And you can craft them right here at this table. Now there are a bunch of things that you can craft, for example, garden powder and light, which we don't need right now, so I'm gonna skip those. And you can also craft hay, which is great because you can just get food for free for your horses if you want to. But we are going to focus on these 4 things: the happy hoof treats, the jar of wisdom, the travel dust, and the glow get my stuff. If you click on them, you will see that all of them require different flowers. And if you hover over the image, you will see that there's a little bit of a description that tries to explain to you what it will do. However, I feel like these explanations are not very... I don't want to say not very helpful, but like I'm not 100% sure what they would do. So this is why we're gonna check them out today. We're gonna figure it out. Happy Hoof Treats say, this special snack can be given to your horse to boost its mood. Which, okay, that's, well, I guess it's very straightforward. The Jar of Wisdom says that the magical contents of this jar increase your bond with your horse and gain XP. Friends nearby may be affected by the magical properties as well, which I really don't understand what this is trying to tell me. I guess I will get horse XP so I can level, maybe it will level up my horse, but I don't get how my friends would be affected by this. And I'm afraid I will need a friend for this one. Moving on, there's Travel Dust, which says, an intriguing combination of plants from different biomes across Jorvik, allowing you to travel great distances. A word of caution, only works if the call can reach you and should not be used indoors. Okay, so basically don't use it in your home stable, I'm guessing. And also, only works if the call can reach you. Alright, meaning any location where you can call home from, or like call for pickup, that's what I'm assuming. I'm trying to put it together. So basically, I feel like if you use this, you're gonna be able to travel anywhere, like you pick a location on your map and you're gonna spawn there. I don't know, we're gonna check it. And also, there's Glow Get My Stuff, which says, this bundle of magic is created by carefully extracting magical properties from plants. Its sparkle is guaranteed to summon a wisp to your location. The speedy wisp will fetch items from your storage. Which I assume if you use this, you will be able to open your storage anywhere. Like you won't need a wardrobe physically. You don't actually have to walk up to your closet, open it, and get your stuff. You can just... if you want to change, if you notice, I don't know, in the middle of South Hoof Peninsula that you have the wrong boots on, you can just use this, open your closet and find the right boots. I don't know, but this is what I'm assuming. So yeah, those were my assumptions, those were my theories, and we're gonna compare the actual effect that it has on our life. However, you may have noticed earlier that I've already made a glow get my stuff. Actually, I crafted a couple of these. On page 8, I hid a couple of these special things. By the way, the glow get my stuff cannot be moved. Like, when you craft it, it's gonna place it in your inventory somewhere and you will never be able to move it. So just, you know, it's gonna stay where it is. We have 2 jars of wisdom. We have a jolly hoof treats, which is a gift that we got from Star Stable from a code, but it didn't work. And when they noticed that it didn't work, they gave us a happy horse week. And since then, I tried twice. Once the effect just disappeared immediately as soon as I fed my horse. Like, I used it on a sad horse, it got super happy, and then I fed my horse, and then it just got depressed again. So it didn't work the first time, and the second time I used it, both of these instances happened in my home stable, by the way. The second time I used it, I just got a network error, so we're gonna try it a third time to see what would happen. But we also have the happy horse treats, or happy hoof treats, sorry about that, which is supposed to improve the mood of your horse. Like, it's not gonna fix it from 0 to, you know, max, but it's gonna add one little slot of happiness. But to be able to really test everything, I feel like I need to craft more of everything. I wanna have at least 2 of each of these items, so let's go. Alright, so as you can see, I have 2 of each of these special items, these consumables. So we're gonna test each of them. Which one should be the first? I guess we can try travel dust. Oh, alright, this should be fine. That's a big open area. I feel like we should be safe to try the travel dust out here. So, situation number 1. Oh no, there is... I really wanna go somewhere, and there are no horse trailers around me. What am I gonna do now? Well, do I have just the solution for myself? Let's see. I'm a little bit afraid to click this. Especially that since this update, I somehow have never seen anyone talk about these, try these. I've seen no conversation about these things, so I don't know what I'm about to do with my game. But let's try it. Oh! Okay, so 1 travel dust opens a little window of all the locations that I could travel to. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's try. I wanna go to South Hoof, so let's see. Yeah, let's go. Okay, this seems to be working. It worked! Without crashing my game, without giving me a network error. Perfect! Okay, so now we know for sure what travel dust does. There's no wardrobe in sight, meaning I have no way of changing my attire, even if I wanted to. But what if, in the middle of nowhere, I remembered all of a sudden that, oh, I really want to put on my lesbian bows? Well, worry not, because we happen to have the glow get my stuff, meaning that if we open the queue menu and go to consumables and use it, I believe it should open our storage. So let's see. Oh! Okay, so the wisp is here. And it does! Okay! It just opens my storage anywhere. That's so cool. Okay, so I said I wanted to use my bows. So let's not lie and get them. What is this? Okay. Oh, hello. Alright, so I got my bows, and I assume if I close my storage now, the wisp is gonna go away. I won't have a second opportunity to open it, right? I'm gonna close it. Well, it's still here. Wait, is it going to follow me? Okay, maybe I will just have a friend forever. Maybe I can even take like a very epic picture. Let's just... oh. I mean... okay, I thought that it would look like super epic or something, but I kinda... it looks like I stink. Because it's a little green. But, okay, so I can open it multiple times. I'm just opening and closing it, and it doesn't disappear. Not that I wanna make it go away, but I wanna figure out how it disappears. Just so I can also show you that. Oh, okay. Okay, it disappeared. Well, it disappeared as soon as I closed my backpack. Is that why that happened? Or was it like a time thing? I guess we're gonna have to try it again to see. So, good thing I crafted 2 of these, right? So let's use another glow get my stuff by opening the queue menu and then open the consumables and go to storage. So there's a wardrobe. However, I'm gonna open it, close it, and then close my backpack immediately. And it's still here. It didn't disappear, so it has to be a time thing. Oh, and it just disappeared. Okay, so the will-o-wisp wardrobe thing stays with you for exactly 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to get everything from your wardrobe before it disappears. So that's good to know, and that's something that the game didn't really tell you. So I think that's pretty cool that we figured that out. Alright, the next consumable we're gonna try is the happy hoof treats. However, as you can see, Cherry Pop is perfectly happy, so we're gonna have to get on a horse who isn't as happy. Alright, so for the next test, I selected Foof. As you can see, she is pretty sad. I haven't taken good care of her, meaning we can try actually we could try the Jolly Hoof treats as well, which should be able to fix my horse's mood, like maximize it fully. But last time I tried it, my game crashed, even though it was in my home stable, so I really don't know how this one will go, but we will just give it a try. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, it worked. Did it? Yeah. It didn't crash my game, so maybe the problem was that I used it in my home stable, because this time it worked perfectly. However, you know, I have multiple accounts, so I had multiple opportunities to try this treat, because I redeemed the code on all of my accounts. So I already tried it 2 times, and once it crashed my game or gave me a network error, and the other time it worked. However, as soon as I fed my horse, the effect disappeared. So I wanna try what happens if I take care of my horse now, because even though it fixes my horse's mood, it doesn't take care of its needs. So you still have to do it. However, I'm a little afraid that if I feed my horse now, it's gonna take the effect of the Jolly Hoof treat away, which we might make Foof sad again, but you know, we have to do it for science. I'm very curious, so I'm sorry in advance, Foof, but we need to figure this out. Alright. Well, that must be the side effect of the Jolly Hoof treat. Okay, let's check. Oh, so they fixed it. So Foof is just happy now. Oh, I'm really glad to see that. Okay, I selected Soft Flower to test the happy hoof treats on. Okay, it fixed my horse's mood by 1 little square. She wasn't taken care of at all, so she was in the worst mood possible, and now it's a little bit better. However, what I want to know is if you're able to stack these, like the effect or not. Like, can I just get multiple treats and keep giving them to my horse until it's happy? Let's find out. Let's see what that did. Alright, it gave another little slot of happiness. So you are able to stack the effect. Now, again, for science, we have to feed Soft Flower to see if the effect goes away by the end of that. Let's see how she is doing now. Oh, and taking care of her added another little square of happiness. Now I'm just gonna call it square of happiness, that's funny. So the happy hoof treats work and you can stack them, which is actually really great if you don't want to spend star coins on the vet before a championship, or you don't want to pay for stable care or anything. You can just make this. Granted, you have to work a lot for it to have the special flowers and everything, but you are able to fix your horse's mood, which I think is a great addition to this game. And I honestly don't mind the amount of work that you have to do for it. Like, you know, you should be working a lot to make your horse happy. So I think this is a very well balanced new feature in the game. I really like this one. Alright, so we've tested almost all of the consumables so far. The only one left is the Jar of Wisdom, which is supposed to give you horse XP or level up your horse, and it says that friends nearby may be affected as well, which I assume it means that they will also gain some horse XP if you use this around them. So I'm gonna ask a friend to join me so we can test this together. Alright, so I got me a couple of friends to be able to test the last consumable, which is the Jar of Wisdom. We're gonna go to this paddock and test what happens to them guys. So they all have untrained horses, meaning none of them are maxed, and I also have an untrained horse, so we should be able to see what happens exactly. Consumables and the Jar of Wisdom, which means horse XP. Did something happen? My horse right now has 1010 out of 2200 XP. So let's see what happens if I use it again. Anything? Oh. Okay, so far the only consumable that doesn't work is the Jar of Wisdom. Wait here for 5 minutes. Okay, let's do this again. I have 5 more Jars of Wisdom, and it says, the magical contents of this jar increase your bond with your horse and gain XP. Friends nearby may be affected by the magical properties as well. However, none of that happened so far, so I'm not sure how close I have to be. Like, is this close enough? Let's try this again. We have 1010 out of 2200. That's a weird way of saying that. Okay, well, nothing happened. Anything? Man. Oh, we've got another person. I wonder if they got any horse XP out of this, but probably not. You know what, guys? Yeah, let's dismount. Okay, so we're testing Jar of Wisdom dismounted. I wonder... We're really trying our best here. Anything? No, no. Okay, no. Friends nearby may be affected. So I guess... Okay, but I'm absolutely not getting any XP from this. Yeah. The number doesn't change. Let me just try it again. Still nothing. Nope, nothing. Okay, so what just happened right now is one of my friends also had one singular Jar of Wisdom and it didn't work. Strange because, yeah, some people here are not friends with each other, but all of them are friends with me, and they are all club members, except for, I don't know who you are, but it should have worked on at least some of us, and it just didn't. Hi. Hello. I can't rear because I'm on my feet, which technically means that I'm rearing like 24/7, right? I'm gonna use it alone as well. Wait, what? Now I got 100. So what was the problem before when I was with my friends? Let me use it again, just like completely randomly. And it worked again, and I got another 100 horse XP. Okay, so I asked a friend to meet me again at Valedale this time, because apparently the Jar of Wisdom works in some mysterious way. So, I'm gonna... Okay, I got 100. How about you? You're already friends with this player. Yeah, I know! I want to be friender. Okay, so we're gonna relog, both of us, and we will see if the Jar of Wisdom works after that. Alright, one relog later, we are back to test the Jar of Wisdom once again. And... okay, worked for me. Let me just... yeah, works for me. Okay, horse XP, let's go! Did it? I guess this one just does not work as intended. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this one. Alright guys, so I had to come back with 2 other friends of mine because I can't let this jar of wisdom thing go. This is gonna keep me up at night. So I had to come back and test it once more. I crafted 20 more jars of wisdom. I have 2 of my friends. They are in my club. We are friends. They are on my friend list. We are in a group. We literally couldn't be any closer than that in Star Stable. So I'm gonna test the jar of wisdom 20 more times so we can have some sort of conclusion. Let's do this. Oh. So far nothing. Let's keep using it. Nothing. Nothing is happening. Well, friends are sure nearby. Nothing. Well, nothing. Okay, well, yeah, sure. That wasn't the consumables, that was the special moment. Nothing. Oh! Okay, so after a relog it worked for me. Man. Well, this time it didn't work at all. I'm gonna leave group. Okay, so we're not in a group now. What? Now I got horse XP, so what? You can't be in a group? Worked for me, I don't know about the guys. Why didn't it work when I was in a group? That's weird. Is that why it didn't work the first time? With some social distancing, maybe. I got it. Man. I got 100 horse XP. Well. Alright, so quick voiceover from editing Benedicta. What I managed to figure out from editing this video is that Jar of Wisdom sometimes works, but only for you. Only you will get horse XP, and only if you're not in a group. Your friends won't really benefit from it. So as of right now, it doesn't work as intended, but that's fine, they will probably fix it. Let's go home and check on hoof to see if the jolly hoof treat effect is still there. Alright, so I just got home to check on my girls who got the treats. In case you don't remember, Softflower got 2 of the happy hoof treats, and it seems like after 1 relog, the effect stayed, so that's great. And Foof got the jolly hoof treat, and after 1 relog, it stayed, the effect stayed, so I guess those treats work perfectly as well. So with that, I feel like we've done everything that was to be done regarding gardening in Star Stable. With all of that being said, I hope you guys found this little gardening guide in Star Stable useful, and I also hope that you kind of found it like watchable, enjoyable even. But anyway, thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.